The 2012 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Kelsie LaFerriere, and I am the president of the Stoughton chapter of National Honor Society. Now please rise for the singing of the National Anthem by junior inductee Kassandra Melo, and please stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance by Daniel Block.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars the rule of perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the principal of Stoughton High School, Ms. Juiliette Melo.
Welcome, Stoughton High School parents, Stoughton School Committee members, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Rizzi, Town Manager Mr. Feaster, esteemed teacher honorees, Ms. Jillian Goldberg, Keynote Speaker, National Honor Society chapter officers, current National Honor Society members, and the 2012 inductees. What a great night to be the principal of Stoughton High School. It is a privilege to participate in this ceremony. Tonight, the school bestows one of the highest all-around awards upon you, the inductees. The National Honor Society has been recognizing outstanding student achievement since 1921. Being a member of NHS is a distinction that holds significance throughout a student's academic life and beyond. As I look at the current members and the inductees, I'm reminded of the purpose of the National Honor Society: to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop character in the students. Each of you have given countless hours of service, held leadership positions at school, in sports, or through other organizations. You are resourceful, positive, courteous, enthusiastic, good problem solvers, promoters of school activities, dependable, and persons who exemplify positive attitudes about life. You are cooperative, demonstrate high standards of honesty and reliability, show courtesy, concern, and respect for others. Most impressive of all, you do all this while shouldering a full load of classes and maintaining the highest academic performance. Stoughton High School's mission is to foster the development of responsible citizens who value high academic expectations, diversity, and excellence. It is clear that each of you is a model for our mission. Tonight you will become members of a community of distinct honor. You are in the company of previous scholars who have graduated and gone off to become astronauts, authors, U.S. senators and representatives, actors, doctors, lawyers, Olympians, presidents, pro athletes, The list is endless. You are in the company of famous individuals such as Alan Alda, actor from the TV hit series MASH, pro football player Troy Aikman, former Secretary of Defense William Cohen, Katie Couric, Sheryl Crow, Garfield creator Jim Davis, and the man behind the Muppets, Jim Henson, just to name a few. I am eager to see what amazing and fantastic accomplishments each of you will have, especially when considering what you have already accomplished thus far. Tonight we recognize you for the scholars and leaders you are. Membership into the National Honor Society will provide you with the activities and opportunities for you to reach your full potential in school and in life. Thank you for your contributions to the school community, and congratulations on your induction to the Stoughton High School chapter of the National Honor Society.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. I would like to now introduce the Superintendent of Stoughton Public Schools, Dr. Maggie Rizzi.
Good evening. Welcome to the NHS members, the inductees, parents, teachers, and friends. Last year, when I spoke at the induction ceremony, I quoted General George Patton, and I said, "Do more than is expected." So that you guys all heard that are already members. The year before that, I talked about how effort trumps talent every time. So this year, I want to expand upon something that I started talking about last Wednesday at our pep rally and take the conversation in a little bit of a different direction. And so I want to give you some good news, and I want to give you some good news. Now, often things happen to us that are difficult and sometimes scary and maybe stressful and maybe demanding on our energy and our efforts. And that's not good news, that's just a part of life. I recently reread a book called The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, and I was reminded of a short concept that I'd like to share with you. When something happens to you, and the author Stephen Covey refers to that as the stimulus, and before you act, which is the response, there's a space. And in that space, you get to make a choice. And in that choice, you get an opportunity to define who you are. That's because in some very important ways, you are what you do, rather than what you think or feel or anything else. You are what you do. Now, if in that space you make a choice that makes you feel proud or makes you feel like that you've done the right thing, then that's great. That's good news. And you took a step forward to becoming the person that you want to be in this world. But what if you don't, in that moment, make that kind of choice? Maybe you make a choice because you're stressed or for whatever reason that isn't in line with the kind of person that you would like to be. Well, here's the other good news. Our lives are an endless series of moments in which we make choices. And if you don't like the choice that you made in one moment, you will have many opportunities to make a different choice next time. Sometimes you'll hear people say, just be yourself. And that's good advice in the right context, but I invite you to consider that you have a chance not just to be yourself, but to make yourself every single day. And I think that's good news. And I wish you the best in everything that you do.
Thank you, Dr. Rizzi. Now I would like to introduce the chairperson of the Stoughton School Committee, Ms. Deborah Sovinee.
The job of the school committee is a volunteer position. We actually oversee the position. We oversee the education of 4,000 students of the school district. And one of the great pleasures that I have is to actually be invited to an event like this. And what I want to do is to thank you for all of your hard work, all of you who are members of the Honor Society, and those of you who are being inducted tonight. And thank you for all that you have done, and to tell you how proud we are for what you have done. but I also want to thank others of those who are here tonight, and that would be the parents and the family members, because you had a huge role in the development of the students that are here this evening. So they didn't, their values are not something that they're born with, but something that you helped develop, those values of character and service. So I want you to take a little bit of time and to take a breath, despite the fact that the next couple of years are going to be very involved, to pat yourself on the back and to, to appreciate what you have actually done. So thank you for that. The other group that I would like to thank for all that they have done are the teachers, because the students did not get to where they are without the work that the teachers have done in terms of developing a love of scholarship, a love of learning, and leadership without you. So I want you to also pat yourself on the back and to take a little bit of a break and a little bit of a breath, and to thank yourself for the wonderful work that you have done. No one gets to where you are without a great deal of support. No one does. And so I want you to appreciate both the work that you have done as students, as well as to appreciate the support of your parents and family members, as well as the teachers and administrators who have played an important role. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sovinee. I would then like to now introduce the Stoughton Town Manager, Mr. Joseph Feaster.
I couldn't resist this opportunity when Dr. Rizzi invited me last week. She said, "You are coming to an event for the best and the brightest." And that's one thing my mother always taught me: I want to be amongst the best and the brightest. So, good evening, everyone. As I always say, I'm a Baptist. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. I want to thank Kassandra Melo for that great rendition let's give her another hand. I'm always pleased to come here to the high school and to see the principal, Ms. Miller, your superintendent, Dr. Rizzi, my friend and neighbor, the chair of the school committee, Deborah Sovinee. Ms. Sovinee, a member of the school committee, is here as well. And this is always a great time, and I'm truly honored to stand before the best and the brightest of Stoughton and your proud parents, your family, friends, and teachers, to congratulate you personally and on behalf of the citizens of Stoughton on being inducted into the prestigious National Honor Society. I offer my sincerest congratulations to you and your parents, because your parents played a role in shaping you and into making you and molding you into the great citizens that you have come at such a young age. Your achievements in the realm of scholarship, leadership, community service, and character are being honored here tonight by your induction into this prestigious society. An honor such as this is a wonderful way for the school and this community to recognize and celebrate the choices and sometimes the sacrifices you have made. The 4 requirements for membership in which you have excelled: scholarship, leadership, community service, and character, were not chosen at random. Scholarship is much more than just getting straight A's. It is a lifelong love of learning. It is always doing your best, always seeking to attain more knowledge. Leadership is an attitude cultivated over time. Are you the one to stand up for what you believe in and face the music even when the music happens to be unpleasant? Do you have a purpose and follow that purpose to get to the ends that you desire? Do you have a vision? Community service engenders a spirit of sharing and giving back to your community. It could be at your church, synagogue, or temple. It could be at a hospital or at school. It could be with children or with seniors. It could be in scouting. It matters not in what way you give back. The important fact is that you do it. And finally, character. I'll offer you a quote about character from Thomas B. Macaulay, a 19th century English politician, historian, essayist, and poet. And he said about character, and I paraphrase, "The measure of a man's, and I add woman's, real character is what he or she would do if you knew it would never be found out." Being honest and honorable when others are watching is important. Being true to yourself is what character is all about. So since you are intelligent, born leaders, willing to serve, and possess good judgment, then it is only fitting that we honor you this evening, the best and the brightest in Stoughton. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Feaster. Finally, I am honored to introduce one of the finest teachers that Stoughton High has to offer, this year's fabulous keynote speaker, Ms. Jillian Goldberg.
Thank you, Kelsie. And good evening, everyone. I want to start off by thanking the National Honor Society officers for choosing me to be your keynote speaker. I am hugely honored. I'd also like to extend a thank you to Superintendent Rizzi, Assistant Superintendent Ford, Principal Miller, Assistant Principals Fernandez and O'Neill, the school committee, and National Honor Society advisor, Mrs. Kellogg, for orchestrating this beautiful evening. Also, one last thank you to all the families and friends in the audience. Thank you for trusting us with your children's education. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate with you tonight. All right, current National Honor Society members and inductees. Tonight, I don't want to talk about how smart you are, or how being in the National Honor Society looks great on a resume and distinguishes you as an exceptional student. I feel like I should focus on this, but I don't want to, and here's why. You know why you are here. You have learned that hard work plus perseverance yields results, and I am sure that you will continue to strive for success long after you have left the walls of SHS behind you. You have done well, and you deserve every ounce of honor and praise bestowed upon you tonight. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Don't get me wrong, I applaud you for your academic successes. But being in National Honor Society is about more than just the grades. So tonight I want to focus on the other three qualities that Mr. Feaster mentioned that helped you earn a spot in this very prestigious organization: character, leadership, and commitment to your community. And because I'm an English teacher, I plan on borrowing the words of some very brilliant literary friends to help me. J.K. Rowling, author of the famous Harry Potter series, not only weaves a good tale, but also delivers some pretty important messages about life. And so I ask you to bear with me as we place scholarship on the shelf and instead focus on the other three traits. Even Hermione Granger, an incredibly studious student focused in all three Harry Potter novels, would agree. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, she says to Harry, books and cleverness, there are more important things like friendship and bravery. So, let's start with character. In Rowling's fourth book, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Hogwarts headmaster Dumbledore tells Harry, we must all make the choice between what is right and what is easy. So it's one thing to be smart, it's another to use your intelligence for the right reasons. The obvious topic to talk about here is the link between academics and character. However, tonight I don't want to just focus on your academics. I would hope, being in the National Honor Society, that you would choose studying and smarts over taking the easy path, cheating. So character is more than this. You have that piece of it down. Character is also about how you treat other people. In Rowling's second book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Dumbledore tells Harry, "It is our choices that define who we truly are, far more than our abilities. So make the choice to be gracious and treat everyone around you, all of your peers, with respect and dignity. Reach out to others and use your privilege and your smarts to provide them with guidance, support, and knowledge. And remember to say thank you. A word of thanks or kindness speaks more about character than any grade you will ever earn." The second quality I want to discuss tonight is leadership. In Rowling's fourth novel, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, a misunderstood character by the name of Sirius Black says, "If you want to know what a man's like, take a look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals." If you've qualified for the National Honor Society, you have already taken on a position of leadership in this school, whether you know it or not. You know, there's a reason retired teacher John Dennison coined the term nerd herd. This is a term that I have shamelessly stolen as my own. You travel in packs, lugging around overflowing bags. You walk the halls buzzing about the grades you got on your latest physics exam and how excited you were to use highlighters in class that day. True. And you really move from class to class in a herd, together most of the day in an isolated bubble of nerdiness, often interacting with only each other. Life after high school can be a lot like this too. You'll find yourself among like-minded people who can talk the same academic talk and walk the same intellectual walk. And sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the community that immediately surrounds you and forget that there are other people who look to you for examples of who they would like to be and what they would like to do. To be a true leader, you must reach out to everyone, not just the people in your classes or social group. Reaching out might be something as simple as helping someone study for a test or inviting someone to the club that you're in charge of. The last quality I want to talk about tonight is your commitment to your community. In the Harry Potter novels, when students are accepted into Hogwarts, they're sorted into 4 houses based on their personalities and strengths. This is because the 4 founding members of the school all valued different qualities in their students. They realized that nurturing their students' individual talents helped make the school a better, more diverse place. Nearly Headless Nick, a ghost that roams the hall of Hogwarts, states at the student sorting ceremony in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix that even though students are sorted into different houses, ultimately, the key to Hogwarts' continued success is to stay strong from within. Now, we don't sort our students here at Stoughton High, unfortunately. And even though we've come tonight together to celebrate your collective membership, the reality is that we are celebrating the achievements of a highly diverse group of exceptional individuals with a variety of academic and extracurricular strengths. It's your differences, not your similarities, that make us strong. So continue to pursue what you love, and our entire community will flourish. We should never pit our differences against each other, but instead celebrate how our diversity enriches our community. So scholarship, leadership, character, community. Tonight I've pulled these 4 components apart and examined each individually. However, the truth is that they are so intricately linked that it's nearly impossible to artificially separate them. Those of you sitting before me tonight have gone above and beyond these 4 areas. So even as you accept your membership, remember that with this privilege comes the responsibility to continue to lead, to continue to serve as a role model to others. As Professor Dumbledore says in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. Congratulations, new inductees. I know I speak on behalf of the entire faculty when I say that we are very, very proud of what you have done, and we cannot wait to see what you do in the future.